Hello, my name is Kevin Langle. I'm with the Center for Telehealth and Cyber Medicine Research. We're going to conduct a training video on the use of Vidyo today. What Vidyo is a software-based video conferencing program that is compatible to be used on a PC or a Mac. It can also be used on tablets and Android and iPhones as well. And I'd like to thank you again for joining me. Okay, let's begin. The Center for Telehealth and Cyber Medicine Research Vidyo Training video. Here's some contact information for us at the Center for Telehealth. I will also leave this up at the end of the video so you'll have time to take down the information if you need to. First things first, after the Vidyo software is installed, you'll have this icon down here in the system tray labeled Vidyo Desktop. If you could right click on that and go to configuration for me. This is the configuration and status window. The only tab in this window that you should need to use is the devices tab. This allows you to select the devices that you would like to use to interface with Vidyo. It lets you choose your speakers, your microphone, and your camera. Another thing we need to make sure is checked is this echo cancellation box over here on the right. That will help improve the audio quality of your video conference. Once you have the settings the way you would like and the correct device is selected, select Save, and this will save your settings to be used with Vidyo. To start off, let's open up a web browser. In your Welcome to Vidyo email, you will receive some portal information, which is where you'll need to sign in to use Vidyo. Each group has a different portal, so make sure to reference to the one that came in your Welcome to Vidyo email. This will take you to the login screen for Vidyo. Enter in your credentials here. Sorry about that, you meant to fit to the screen. Then you'll be signed into your portal. This will take you to the main Vidyo screen. If you haven't done so yet, we need to change your password from that came in your Welcome to Vidyo email. To do so, you go to Settings, then over to Account, then to Change Password. You'll enter in your new password here. Passwords are case sensitive. Once you've entered in your password and confirmed with the same password, you'll click Save to change your password. I'm not going to do so at this time. Then once we're done with changing the password, let's return home up here at the top right. That'll take you back to this main screen. A couple items I'd like to go over on this screen is the first one is this white search bar. This will allow you to search for Vidyo users within your group. You can type just a partial name and it'll bring up anyone meeting that search criteria, or you can type in the full name if you prefer. And when I typed in the ADR, it brought up Adrian Rodriguez. There's a couple other items I'd like to touch on just briefly in this screen. One of them being this Control Meetings tab up here at the top right. You select on that, that'll take you into a different screen. What this does is it controls your meeting room within Vidyo. All users of Vidyo have their own meeting room. Couple icons to go over here. This first one is Add Participants. When you click on that, that brings up the search box again, and this allows you to search for people the same way as the previous screen. I'll search for Adrian again. I can select his name and then go over here to Add, and that will bring up a notification down here on the left that he has been added. When you're done adding participants, you select Done, and that will bring him up under this Not Connected participant within my room. This option is used for larger multi-point calls where there's going to be multiple users all calling in to join the same video conference. The next icon over is Connect All. This will connect any non-connected user that you have in your room. The next one is Disconnect All. This will disconnect all connections within your room and in the video conference. Next is Mute All. This will turn off all participants except your own microphone. One thing you need to remember about this, the users will not be able to reactivate their microphone from their end of the conference. You will have to go in and select Unmute All. The next icon over is Silence All. Does similar functions to the Mute All. It will turn off all participant except your own microphone. However, they have the option to turn it back on from their end. And finally, the last icon is Remove All. Once that's selected, it will remove all participants from your room. This one over here, this Join Room, once you've selected all the participants and connected the participants that you'd like in your video conference, you must join your own room to join in. Like I said before, in the next module of training, we will cover this control meeting more in depth. So let's return home. We're going to demonstrate now a point-to-point call. This is very similar to picking up a telephone and calling a single person. We're going to select Adrian. One thing I'd like to point out at this point about Adrian, if you notice he has a green icon, little person next to his name. This means that his status is available. He is logged into his video portal and is available to call. If this icon was grayed out, it would show Adrian as unavailable. Or if it was green with a red circle and a white slash, it would show him logged in but unavailable, which means he's currently in another call. So at this time, we're going to call Adrian direct. We'll select his name here and select Call Direct. This will bring up a notification on your end as well as the person you're contacting. Yours will show that it's trying to contact the user. Their end will let them know that they're receiving a call. Hello, Adrian. How are you?
Hello. I'm well. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for the training video. Let's go over some icons here at the top of the screen. The first one is the layout icon. What this is going to be primarily used for is multi-point calls. If you select the drop-down arrow, it will let you choose the number of participants that you wish to see at one time. This is also dependent on your internet speed connection, but you can also choose even on higher speed connections if you only want to see 2 to 3 participants at a time. It will allow you to do that. The software will automatically detect who is the primary speaker. That way they will be always current on your screen. The next icon over is the full screen icon. All this does is toggle back and forth between full screen and windowed mode of your video window. The next icon over is your content icon. You can share PowerPoints, Word documents, your entire display with the other users within the video conference. It also has a drop-down arrow next to it, which allows you to choose open programs on your system to share within the video conference. If you were to select one of these, all participants would be able to see that content and this icon would turn green. While the icon is green and you wish to stop sharing, you can simply click on the icon and that will stop sharing and turn it back to gray, and you'll no longer be sharing content with any of the other participants. The next icon over is called the toggle. If there's more than one person sharing content within the conference, if you select the drop-down arrow next to it, it will allow you to see which user's content at that certain time. You can toggle back and forth between all content that is being shared during the conference. The next icon over is the self-view icon. This determines how you see yourself within the video conference or not at all. Currently right now I have it set on the picture-in-picture mode, so I can see my video in a small screen down here on the right hand side. The next option is to give myself the same screen space as Adrian within the video window. And the last option is I don't see my video at all. It turns off the picture-in-picture down here. Then I click it again and it will bring back the picture-in-picture window down here on the bottom right hand side. The next icon over is your speakers. With it being green, it shows that your speakers are active. This means you'll be able to hear what someone else is saying during the video conference. You can turn these off. With them off, it'll show red with a red circle with a white slash through it. Select them again and it will turn your speakers back on. This drop down arrow controls the volume control of your speakers. We recommend that you leave this volume control all the way up and either control the volume down here from your task tray or from the knob on your external speakers if you're using external speakers. The next icon over is your microphone. It has the same function. If you click it, it will turn red and turn your microphone off. Click it again, it will return to green and turn your microphone back on. While the microphone is off, no one else within the video conference will be able to hear what you're saying. It also has a drop-down arrow for adjustment. If you're getting complaints that your audio is coming across too soft or the other participants can't hear you, you can turn this up. However, the software will automatically readjust this throughout the video conference. The next icon over is your camera icon. You can select it and it will turn off the video that you are transmitting to the other users. Click it again, it will return to green and you will start pushing your video through the conference again as well. The next icon we're going to talk about is this little gear over here to the right hand side, which brings you back to that configuration and status window that I showed you earlier. Once again, the only tab you should ever have to use in this is the devices. The last icon over here to the right is your disconnect icon. It will disconnect you from the call. If it's a multi-point call, it will disconnect on both ends. A notification will be sent to the other users or user that the call has been terminated from your side. This icon along with the X have the same function. Either one will terminate the call. And that covers the function of the video screen. Adrian, I'd like to thank you for your time and have a good day.
Thank you.
Now that we've ended the call, that is your basic walkthrough of the video software. I'll bring this contact information back up for you to review and take notes from, and thank you for joining me.